how do you plan to connect with young Singaporeans and involve them in writing the next chapter of the Singapore story? Mr. Tan, your time starts now.
Young people, the best way to reach them is through social media. And social media keeps evolving. I'm very much up to date in social media, and I therefore would be able to connect with them and hear their views. I would also attend events of young people, and I want to give young people some advice. The advice that served me, and it will continue. It will serve them as well. I was young once. I know what young people want, and my advice would be how they should manage their own finances. Do not overspend. Have some savings, and I think this advice young people like very much from what I have my interaction. So certainly I think. Some of these are very practical advice will reach out to the young people, and I hope that they find my advice to be useful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tan. Mr. Ng, you are next. You have 1.5 minutes, and your time starts now.
Reaching out to young Singaporeans using social media has been the central thrust of my campaign strategy. And I'm so glad that in the last 3 weeks, I've been able to reach out to so many young Singaporeans to see them doing social media, creating social media. That is such an encouragement to me. I think the most important thing is for us to inspire hope in our younger generation for the future. I sense that there's a lot of anxiety about the future. They feel that the future is not going to give them as much opportunities as in the past. So we must have this ability to encourage our young that if they do study hard, if they work hard, Singapore has got plenty of opportunities for them. So I talk about the 3 elements: self-help, government help, presidential help. And I want to help younger Singaporeans specifically by helping them to be less stressed, hence the practice of meditation. I want them to develop more self-confidence, hence encourage them to take up public speaking skills. And above all, I want to encourage them to think about how to manage their personal finances, how to save and how to invest properly.
Thank you, Mr. Ng. Mr. Tharman, you're next. Your time starts now.
I believe our young will write the next chapter of the Singapore story by being heroes in their own stories. And I don't just mean those who start off as star students, star sportspersons, but every individual Singaporean. We have a lot more potential in each individual Singaporean than we often recognize. And it means not just telling everyone that it depends on them and they can make it, but tapping on the power of collective support, peer support, teachers taking a particular interest in the weaker student, giving them a chance, getting the reserves off the sidelines and letting them play in the first team once in a while, letting everyone be a hero in their own stories. That's the next Singapore chapter. And we can do it. We can do it in the arts, in the sports, in academia, in science, in technology. We've got a lot more potential than we often recognize. Our brightest days are ahead.